Hello friends, welcome back. In this video we will understand a complete universal input flyback SMPS circuit using the UC3843 controller. Before we start, keep in mind that these circuits operate with high voltage DC, approximately 300 volts. Therefore ensure you utilize a series bulb for safety and refrain from direct contact during testing. Now referring to the circuit diagram shown on your screens, this design operates from 85 volts AC up to 265 volts AC and provides a regulated 12-volt DC output at around 5 amperes. Let us begin from the input side. The AC mains is applied through a 1.5 ampere slow-blow fuse and an NTC thermistor. The fuse provides overcurrent protection and the NTC limits the inrush current during power on. AMOV is connected across the AC input to suppress voltage surges. The AC input is then fed to a bridge rectifier. A ready bridge such as DB207 or KBP206 can be used. After rectification, the DC voltage becomes approximately 120 volts at low input and can rise up to around 375 volts at high input. This DC is filtered using a 220 microfarad 400-volt capacitor along with a 100 nanofarad capacitor for high-frequency noise filtering. Now let us move to the supply of the controller IC. The UC3843 requires around 12 to 16 volts to operate. Initially, this voltage is provided through a startup resistor of 330K connected from the high-voltage DC bus to pin 7. A 100 microfarad capacitor is connected across pin 7 and ground to stabilize the supply. Once the circuit starts switching, the auxiliary winding of the transformer takes over the supply. The auxiliary winding is connected through a fast diode to pin 7. An 18-volt Zener diode is connected across pin 7 and ground to protect the IC from overvoltage. Now let us understand the oscillator section. Pin 4 of the UC3843 is used to set the switching frequency. A resistor of 10K and a capacitor of 1.5 nanofarad are used. The frequency is approximately given by the formula. F is equal to 1 divided by RT multiplied by CT. So F is approximately equal to 1 divided by 10,000 multiplied by 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 9. This gives a frequency close to 65 kHz. Pin 6 is the output of the IC and it drives the gate of a 650-volt MOSFET through a 15-ohm resistor. Suitable MOSFET include STF7N65 or equivalent. A 10K resistor is connected between gate and ground to ensure proper turn-off. Now let us understand the current sensing. A resistor of 0.27 ohm is connected between the MOSFET source and ground. This resistor senses the current. The peak current is limited by an internal threshold of approximately 1 volt. So the peak current is given by I peak is equal to 1 divided by resistance. So I peak is approximately equal to 1 divided by 0.27, which is around 3.7 amperes. Now let us understand the transformer design and operation. This circuit uses a flyback transformer. During the on time of the MOSFET, energy is stored in the primary winding. During the off time, this energy is transferred to the secondary winding. The transformer is always designed for the minimum input voltage condition, which is the worst case. Let us calculate the primary turns. The formula is NP is equal to VIN minimum multiplied by D max divided by B max multiplied by AE multiplied by F. Assume VIN minimum is 120 volts. D max is 0.45. B max is 0.25 Tesla. AE is 0.6 centimeter square. F is 65,000 Hz. Substituting the values. NP is approximately equal to 120 multiplied by 0.45 divided by 0.25 multiplied by 0.6 multiplied by 65,000 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 4. This gives approximately 55 turns. So we use around 55 to 60 turns for the primary winding. Now let us calculate the secondary turns. The formula is NS is equal to NP multiplied by VOUT multiplied by 1 minus D divided by VIN minimum multiplied by D. Substituting. NS is approximately equal to 60 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 0.55 divided by 120 multiplied by 0.45. This gives approximately 7 turns. So we use 7 to 8 turns for the secondary winding. Now for the auxiliary winding. We want around 15 volts for the IC supply. NA divided by NS is equal to VCC divided by Vout. So NA is approximately equal to 15 divided by 12 multiplied by NS. This gives around 9 to 10 turns. An air gap of around 0.5 to 1 mm is introduced in the core to prevent saturation and allow energy storage. Now let us also consider the wire thickness. For the primary winding, the RMS current is around 1.4 amperes, so a wire diameter of 0.25 to 0.3 mm can be used, or 2 strands of 0.2 mm wire in parallel. For the secondary winding, the current is around 5 amperes, so a wire of 0.8 to 1 mm can be used, or 2 to 3 strands of 0.5 mm wire in parallel. For the auxiliary winding, a 0.3 mm wire is sufficient. Now let us understand how this circuit operates with both 110 volts AC and 220 volts AC input. After rectification, the DC voltage varies from around 120 volts to about 375 volts. The UC3843 is a current mode controller. It continuously monitors the current through the MOSFET using the sense resistor. At low input voltage, the current rises slowly, so the controller keeps the MOSFET on for a longer duration. This results in a higher duty cycle. At high input voltage, the current rises quickly, so the controller turns off the MOSFET much faster. This results in a lower duty cycle. This automatic adjustment ensures that the energy transferred per switching cycle remains controlled. This can be understood using the relation. Flux is proportional to Vn multiplied by T on divided by Np. At low input voltage, Vin is low but T on is high. At high input voltage, Vin is high but T on is low. So the flux remains within safe limits. Now let us move to the output section. The secondary winding is connected to a Schottky diode such as MBR20100. The output is filtered using a 2200 microfarad capacitor along with a 100 nanofarad capacitor. Now let us understand the feedback section. A TL431 is used as a precision reference. The output voltage is sensed using a voltage divider. The formula is Vout is equal to 2.5 multiplied by 1 plus R1 divided by R2. The divider values are selected to obtain approximately 12 volts output. When the output voltage increases, the TL431 conducts more current. This drives the optocoupler LED. The optocoupler transistor then pulls down the feedback pin of the UC3843, reducing the duty cycle and stabilizing the output voltage. Finally, a snubber network is connected across the primary side to suppress voltage spikes caused by leakage inductance. This protects the MOSFET from high voltage transients. So friends, that's it for this video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or want me to design a higher power version like 200 watts or more, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.